Now, in problems 9, 10, 11, 12, we're given a pair of points and we're being asked to find the slope of the line that passes through these points. So in each case, we're going to use this formula here. We're going to use our slope formula, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And what this says is the second y, right, subscripts are just names. This says this is the second y value minus the first y value. So you take that difference, second y minus first y, and then divide it by the second x value minus the first x value, second x minus first x. Now, let's just substitute these values into our formula. So m is equal to, now here's what the formula says, second y minus first y. All right, so this is going to be down here now. The second y minus the first y. Well, the second y is negative 9 minus the first y, which is 0. So it's going to be negative 9 minus 0, right? Makes sense? Second y is negative 9, first y is 0, over, right, over second x minus first x. Now, the second x is this one here, the first x is this one. So second x minus first x. That's going to be the second x is 0 minus the first x, which is 3. So m is equal to negative 9 over negative 3. So the slope here is just negative 9 divided by negative 3 is positive 3. We'll apply the same formula here in number 10. I've got these 2 points, this one and this one. Now, we've got a lot of negatives here, so when we substitute into our formula, we're subtracting negatives. So we just need to be careful. But our formula says this. We need to identify x1 and y1, right? There's the first x and there's the first y. And then over here, here's the second x that I see and the second y. So in our formula, right up here, we're going to compute this fraction. Second y minus first y. Let's compute. So we'll get m is equal to, now it goes like this, second y minus first y. So second y minus first y. Second y is negative 4 minus negative 4. All right, so that's going to be negative 4 minus negative 4. We just need to be careful with all those negatives, right? So second minus first. Negative 4 minus negative 4. And then with the x's in the denominator, second x minus first x. So it's negative 3 minus that negative 2. So it's negative 3 minus negative 2. Let's just be sure. Negative 3 right there minus negative 2 right here. I think we've got it substituted in properly. So now we'll get on the numerator negative 4 plus 4, and the denominator negative 3 plus 2. This will give us, now in the numerator, negative 4 plus 4 is a 0, and the denominator, negative 3 plus 2, that's a negative 1. But any fraction with a numerator 0 and denominator non-zero, this is 0. Right? 0 in the top is okay, not the bottom. So what we're going to have here is that the slope of the line passing these 2 points is 0. Now you know that the slope is 0. This is a horizontal line. So this is a horizontal line. And a horizontal line, right? Let's look at this. Come all the way back up here. Look at, we start at negative 2 and then you go down 4. Then you go to negative 3 and you still go down 4. So it seems like we're always down 4. We've got a horizontal line. 11, we've got these 2 points. Let's indicate which one's which. Now, as I look left to right, the first x I see is a 1. So that's going to be my x1. And the first y I see is that 6. So now I've got the first x, the first y, right? x1, y1. And then over here, this is, I've already seen the first x. Now that's the second x I see. So this is going to be x2, and that 12 is the second y. So let's substitute in. M is equal to, now the formula says this, the second y minus the first y. So the second y minus the first y. So we're going to have that 12 minus the 6. So we'll get 12 minus 6. Now in the denominator with the x's, right over here in our formula, x2 minus x1, the second x minus the first x. So the second x is negative 2. The first x is a 1. So we're going to get negative 2 minus 1. We'll get m is equal to 12 minus 6 is 6 over negative 3. So how about m is equal to negative 2? Number 12, we've got these 2 points, and here's what I noticed. If we start at the origin to plot these points, we're going to go to the right 8, then down 8. But then what do we do again? We go to the right 8 again and down only 4. So it seems like we go to the right 8, down 8, and then to the right 8, down only 4. It looks like this is going to be a vertical line. Let's put it into the values into the formula and see what we get. So the first x I see is 8. The first y I see is at negative 8. The second x I see is 8, and the second y I see is at negative 4. Right? So x1, the first x is 8, the first y is negative 8, the second x is 8, the second y is negative 4. Put these into our slope formula, we'll get m equals, now on the top, right, come back up here to the top, here's our formula, second y minus first y. Second y is negative 4, first y is negative 8. So we're going to get negative 4 minus 8, right? Be sure. Negative 4. Oh, that's why we check. Okay, so let me get that again. This is second y minus first y, negative 4 minus negative 8. There we go. So now I think I've got it. Second y minus first y over second x minus first x. This is going to be the second x is 8 minus the first x, which is 8. This is going to give us negative 4 plus 8 over 8 minus 8 is 0. So this gives us negative 4 plus 8 is 4 over 0. And 0 in the denominator, we're going to say that is undefined. So this slope is undefined. And undefined slope means we have a vertical line. Now, we've got these 4 problems done, 9, 10, 11, and 12. But before we move on, I want to come back here and just look at something in number 9. You know, what we did is I did this, the first x, the second x, the first y, and the second y. What if, and that's because I'm reading left to right, what if I read right to left? Now, these points, it doesn't matter what order they come in. I just wrote them this way. But what if we did this? What if I said that we had, okay, here's the points, 3, 0, and 0, negative 9. But now I call this x1 and this y1, this x2 and this y2, all right? I'm just doing the opposite here. Instead of the first x being the 3, let that be the second x. Now, what happens when we put this into our formula for slope? We will get m is equal to, all right, in the top, you know it's right up here. It's second y minus first y, and the way I've written it down here now, the second y is 0, the first y is negative 9, so I'm going to get this. 0 minus negative 9, and look how that compares up here, right? It's just switched. All right, let's go to the denominator. So now it's second x, up here, second x minus first x. Second x is 3, first x is 0, so we'll get 3 minus 0. So now we end up with, now 0 minus negative 9 is 9, over 3 minus 0 is 3, and I still get m equals 3. I still get exactly the same thing that I had back up here. So it doesn't matter which point you use as the first point and which point is the second point, just be consistent.